Air quality in your home depends on three things: ventilation, circulation, and filtration. Your house needs to breathe continuously, optimally at about 3 full exchanges of air per hour.
Now, on the other hand, comfort and energy efficiency rely on your house being pretty tight with a limited amount of passive air exchange between the outside and inside.
Megan, I'm going to meet up with Dan McGuire of Heartland Energy Consultants to talk about improving your home's air quality. Here to help us with our next myth is Dan McGuire. And Dan, are there some basic things that homeowners can do to make their home tighter?
Yeah, there's a lot of basic things a homeowner can do to make their home tighter. I always say start with looking into holes to the outside from your home. Those are great places that you can start to seal up, looking for pipes penetrating, can lights in your ceiling. Those can be you can fix those with a retro gasket. You can seal them from the attic. You can sometimes just caulk new can lights straight to the drywall and give a nice finished look, and also get an airtight house. Also say look to windows and doors, make sure they're shutting and closing right. The gaskets are all working. Sometimes just changing out some simple gaskets on some doors can really help, increase the airtightness of your home.
Again, we've talked about and we've seen here on PowerHouse, blower door tests really can point out where you've got leakage coming in or air going out, right? That's another way to do it.
The blower door test is a great way to find out where the air leakage are in your specific home. Use an infrared camera with that and it will tell you a lot about your home, where the leaks are, and then you can actually focus your air sealing to make a tighter house on your problems with something like that.
Well, in that sense, can a house be too tight?
A house cannot be too tight. We like to say build tight, ventilate right. And that's how we really should look at it. You want an airtight home, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're getting enough fresh air ventilation for both the indoor occupants, the health of them, as well as also any of your mechanical systems, especially gas.
Sitting here in the kitchen, I'm looking over here to the stove and having the fan there. Talk us a little about having the fan and getting air in and out.
Yeah, so the kitchen fan is doing a great job of taking air from inside the contaminants that you're making when you're using your stove and you're cooking. You want to get those out of the home for an occupant's for their personal health. At the same time, that fan can move a lot of air. If you have a tight house, you really want to make sure that you have a ventilation system to help bring in some fresh air, or what we like to call makeup air, in order to make sure that that system is working to its fullest potential.
So again, we should check the kitchen fan, also bathroom fans.
Bath fans are the same type of fan. They're taking all the humid air that you're making in your bathroom, they're getting it out to help the building and to reduce humidity as well. But you want to make sure at the same time that they can get their makeup air in order to work correctly.
So talk to us, Dan, about I'm getting bad air out, but fresh air in. How do we do that?
Yeah, so really we like to look at home's mechanical ventilation system. There are essentially 3 types of mechanical ventilation systems. There is supply side, which is typically a fresh air pipe ducted into the HVAC system of a home. It's great because it gets filtered as well, and then it uses the HVAC system to distribute that air around the house evenly. There's also exhaust, which would be any kind of kitchen fan or bath fan running. You can run those minutes per hour typically is how they work, and then they bring fresh air in through kind of gaps and cracks in your house. It's a bit uncontrolled, but it uses a lot less energy than the supply side, which is typically referred to as an air cycler. The third one that we really recommend for everybody, which is the best of all the worlds, is what we call a balanced ventilation system with recovery. Typically they're going to be called an ERV or an HRV, so a heat recovery ventilator or an energy recovery ventilator. And what they do is they bring fresh air into the home, but they bring it in a controlled method that's balanced and even, and then it also filters the air through your HVAC system as well and gets distributed through your home.
Okay, so you mentioned ERVs, HRVs, and I can retrofit that in my house that I'm in.
Definitely, those systems can be added to any home.
That you're dealing with getting fresh air, but also you're moderating in terms of the moisture that might be coming in or going out, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Some of those systems do allow you to do some moisture management. That is more of a thing in a kind of a dry climate where you're wanting to kind of keep some of that moisture in the home.
Dan, with the house being so tight, are there things we need to test for?
Yeah, definitely. When you're talking about a tight home, the first thing we like to do is look at any kind of gas-fueled appliance or mechanical system like a water heater or a kitchen induction stove. And we want to make sure that, that you're able to have enough makeup air, which typically comes into looking at your ventilation system, a mechanical ventilation system. And then I always recommend using something like this right here, which is a gas sniffer. It can help detect any kind of gas leaks that could be from the appliance, or also could be caused from backdrafting of the appliance because you have a tight house.
And the technology continues to get more creative. As I look here, explain what we're looking at here.
Yeah, this is an indoor air quality monitor. They are packing a lot of stuff into little devices now that are very accessible to the average consumer. This one actually will tell you a lot of things. It will tell you radon, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, VOC, which is volatile organic compounds. It will also tell you parts per million of contaminants in your air. You can see it does a lot. So a device like this is going to tell you about the air quality in your home.
And the cool thing, there's an app for this that's right on you can put on your phone, right?
Yeah, so this one is run through an app on my phone, or you can put it on a tablet or any computer. You can access it anywhere. It's mobile. You can get more than one. You can put them all through your house. I really think it's neat now that they're incorporating radon, which is a very important thing to be actively monitoring in a home.
Dan, a lot of good things to keep in mind in terms of ventilation, circulation, and filtration as we think about keeping our homes fresh, but also tight in terms of the air that we breathe, right?
Yeah, we really want to promote building a tight home that increases energy efficiency. It helps with the cost of, running and maintaining your home. At the same time, we really want to be conscious of indoor air quality.
Dan, a lot of great information. Thanks for your input. And if you'd like more information about ventilation and air quality for your powerhouse, visit PowerHouseTV.com or AlliantEnergy.com.
A thermal imaging camera is of great benefit when searching how energy escapes your home. The camera can see air leaks around windows and doors, find missing insulation in walls, and check ductwork for leaks.